security will be a good starting point. And I guess we agree that we should start with security, isn't it? And if this is going to be a general question, and we have 60 seconds to respond to it. What is your plan for security in the face of the seeming daunting challenges facing us? I'll begin with our party candidate.
Thank you so much. I will collaborate with all security agencies in Nigeria. The police, they are the ones that can prosecute, they can arrest and prosecute. I will work closely with Amatekun. I will actually enhance the capacity of Amatekun by recruiting more into Amatekun, and I will recruit from local areas so that they can effectively police the state. I won't allow Amatekun to carry arms because it's against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The collaboration will support with technology as much as possible to ensure that at least all our areas are well policed. Again, we will ensure that all the KBACs, they at least will have one Amatekun guiding them. So at least if you have, that will create physical deterrence against any risk of attack. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Mr. Governor, your turn.
Thank you very much. In the first instance, Osun remains the most peaceful state in Nigeria today. We have the Joint Task Force, which takes care of issue of banditry, kidnapping, and armed robbery. You recall that since the inception of this administration, we don't have serious cases of armed robbery, kidnapping, and banditry. The force is doing very well. It's been supported by logistics in terms of vehicles and other logistics. Again, we are collaborating with the sister states on the issue of Amatekun. We form it together, and it's very, very effective. I believe if it is possible, they should be enhanced by way of giving them, arms to be able to deal decisively with armed robbery and kidnapping. Again, we try to integrate the local system, the hunters, into the network, to the extent that they collaborate with Amatekun to ensure safety of our environment.
All right, Honorable Yusuf.
Thank you very much. In the short run, because on security matter at the state level, you can only address it in the short run, and I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to develop a robust system for community development association. Let me state at this point that I commend the Southwest Governor for setting up Amatekun. So when I set up a robust community development association, when I become the governor, inshallah, they will work together with Amatekun to majorly do one thing: collect information, intelligence information, so that they can pass on to security agents. Don't forget that police is on the exclusive list of the Constitution. And so for now, there's little any state government can do. The Amatekun or whatever we form eventually can only have power of apprehension. They cannot arrest. So community development association that is robust, that is going to collaborate with Amatekun to collect data and intelligence information to pass to security agencies. That's where we go. That's short run. Long run, we have to amend the Constitution to make sure there is state police and local police.
All right, thank you. Senator, what's your plan for security in the face of the daunting challenges facing us?
Thank you very much. As an expert in security, my plan is to make sure we have all the right equipment for our police. Despite the fact police is being controlled by the federal government, that doesn't mean. But in my state, in Osun State here, I will support the police by giving them equipment and, of course, giving them gadgets, surveillance. That is why I asked, Governor, the other time that our helicopter, we need it for surveillance. We don't know where our helicopter is, and we want to know today, because the Osun people have the right to know where our helicopter is. So, of course, when I was in the Senate, I passed a motion of community policing. I will develop community policing. When I was growing up in Ede, we have the hunters. They will block the road. They will search you at night to make sure that, where are you coming from? And I will develop community policing. Amatekun I will develop them, give them training, and make sure it is not used for politics, as what they are doing today.
All right. Thank you, Senator. Actually, same question.
Thank you. I must congratulate Amotekun because everybody seems ready to equip Amotekun. And I can assure you, not only am I going to see how I can get proper training and adequate equipment for Amotekun, there are some other volunteer agencies that I'm going to integrate into the security architecture. We're going to seek all ways of making laws or amending laws or getting bylaws that will allow us to incorporate vigilante into security network, man-o-war, Peace Corps, and other paramilitary organizations. Right now, they are functioning locally around us, but they are not recognized. And most importantly, I have talked about something, I call it Agbada Oye. That Agbada Oye is going to be a hub of technology. From that hub of technology, a lot of things will come. I foresee a situation whereby drones will come. Rather than using drones only for photography, we can use drones for intelligence gathering and so many other things. But one thing, they are going to be better equipped and they'll be able to function better.
All right, thank you so much. We might be saying more on this because I believe that it's just as much as the people of Nigeria are concerned about security, the people of Osun State and not are also concerned. I will have an open discussion on the issue of security, and I would like the governor to respond what Senator Adeleke raised on the issue of helicopter. Is there something that the people of Osun State need to know about that?
Well, I've said it before now. Yes, there was an helicopter. It's still in existence. It's with the supplier because of the fact that it is broken down. It has been done before now. It's been some 5 years ago. And I understand that the cost of repairing it is so huge that it will cost an average of about $300,000. If anybody wants to know where it is, I can supply the address. But repairing it with $300,000 at this time is not economical. So we've even asked the man to see if he can sell it or buy it himself. What is the point spending so much money on a machine that is not really working? So the issue of helicopter is there. There's nothing to it. Nobody has sold it. It's not been sold like they are making some insinuations. It's available, it's in Port Harcourt, and the address can be given to anybody that wants to see it. But the repair cost from what has been supplied is about $300,000.
All right.
I don't think it's reasonable for us to go ahead with it.
Yeah, Governor, if anyone is not satisfied, can come in. Another issue that was raised is the allegations of politicizing Amotekun. Have you done that?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think nobody is using Amotekun for politics. I don't agree with that. That's an insinuation that I don't agree with. Amotekun has always been used to take care of crimes, and they have been very, very effective, particularly in the area of kidnapping. They collaborate with hunters to go to the forest and pursue kidnappers. So for anybody to be saying it's being used for politics, I don't see any evidence. So that's not correct.
I see that you wanted to say something. It's an open discussion for the next 1.5 minutes. So if you're not satisfied, you might want to come in.
Well, I would want to add on the issue of Amotekun. Amotekun, we can actually localize them. We can recruit more into Amotekun, and we can collaborate more with existing agencies by buying equipment for them, ensuring that they have effective policy of the state. And of course, working with the KBACs, they have a role to play in this. If we are going to keep, in fact, they are the closest to the grassroots. So if they have risk at the grassroots, it is the KBACs that will know. So we use Amotekun more on the issue of intelligence gathering, along with our KBACs, who actually the one who oversees the locality.
All right. Are we satisfied with some of those comments?
No, I'm not satisfied.
All right, please, you just have a minute before we...
I want our governor to pledge, because the whole Osun is watching. This election is very, very important. Nigeria is the embarrassment to Nigeria is too much. That we will see violence during election or after election. We don't want it anymore. Ghana there, they've been doing elections successfully. We want Nigeria to do elections successfully. I want our governor to pledge that Amotekun will not be used for politics. I want our governor to promise the Osun people.
Can you do that in 30 seconds?
I don't know what he's talking about. I've made my statement.
All right. We take a break, everyone. The matter of security is very important. We might be focusing and clear on that matter for a while on this debate. We take a break, and when we come back, we continue on the issue of security. Stay with us. It is Osun Debate 2022. We'll be right back.
Our Moluabi, the people known for high moral standards. Are you ready to come out on Saturday, 16 July 2022 from 8:30 a.m. and vote peacefully for your preferred candidate? Remember, the leadership of the state for the next 4 years is in your hands. With your PVC, you can determine the next governor by simply coming out to vote peacefully. Say no to vote buying. If you notice any mago-mago, delays in the voting process, or violence during the election period, please send your reports of incidents or observations to the Situation Room on 0903-299-9919 or 0909-505-0505. Follow us on Facebook, Situation Room Nigeria, on Twitter and Instagram at Situation Room NG. Comment using the hashtag OsunSR2022. This message is from the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room with support from the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office.
Nothing works up our emotions like a good game of sports. And just like life, all it could take is one crazy idea to change the game.
Make sure you pass the ball. Let's go.
Are you ready to win? 1xBet. Bets for every taste.
My good people of Osun, my name is Isiaq Adeboye-Tola. Today, Osun has become a reference point globally. I shall not fail to mention the resilience and sacrifice of our courageous civil servants, pensioners and artisans who stood solidly by us, my people. I'm confident that Osun will be the best place to be if we collectively join hands together to move our state forward.
Just as symbolic as your heart is to your attire, your roof is to your house. Your roof is the crown of your house. It's the first thing people see when they approach your apartment, so it has no business looking deplorable, dilapidated, or in disrepair. At Plus World Roofing and Restoration, we understand the importance of the roof to your property. We have the technology to make your roof look brand new. We wash, repair, and recoat to bring back the glory and beauty of your roof. Contact Plus World Roofing and Restoration today at www.plusworldroofing.com.ng or 0700 Roofing. Plus World Roofing and Restoration, your roofing solutions company.
Hello, my good people of Osun State. I am Senator Ademola Imole. It is with all sense of humility and service to humanity that I sincerely appreciate you all for the unending love and support you showed us from the past election to present. I know the value of your sacrifice, and I heartily believe that if you do not relent, we will reclaim our stolen mandate for a better and stronger Osun State. And so, with the world in Mole, we are opening a new chapter of political transparency, dedication to serve humanity to Almighty Allah. I will strongly advise that you vote the best candidate, which is me, in the forthcoming July 16 governorship election. Imole Deo Parada. Imole Deo Okunkun Parada.
much, everyone, for staying with us on Osun State Governorship Debate 2025 candidates are on the stage, and the issue of security is what we've been discussing before we went on that break. Welcome back, gentlemen. We're staying on the issue of security, and I'd like us to begin on the issue of cultism. Cult groups are very rampant, and in Osun State, we've seen cult clashes in Brewery, Ifofin, Idasa, Irojo, areas of, especially in Osogbo, there's been violence. And I'll take this question from the governor, then we'll be able to go around the room. Why has it been difficult to curb or to take out these cult groups that is ravaging and disturbing the peace of Osun State people, especially in Osogbo?
Well, I think it's important for us to please, first of all, look at what the conventional security people are doing. And that is part of why we believe if Amotekun is given the opportunity, because they know the local terrain, they know those boys, they can be very effective in dealing with them. So it's an ongoing thing. We've been doing that. They've been collaborating with police to, reduce. I don't know precisely why it's like that, but with the collaboration between Amotekun and the conventional security agencies, I believe we are going to eventually rid them of the state.
Dr. Akinwumi, how do we take out these cult groups and the violence in Osun State? A minute.
Let me ask the governor, is Osun government actually working for its citizens? Where are the beneficial values of government? What you are seeing is a sign of failed state. If you have agricultural endowment and we cannot create jobs for these youth, you have youth unemployment and you can't create jobs for them, they will have to look for something else to do. So cultism is part of failed state. If we are going to curb it, we must be able to provide adequate jobs for them. And I pledge, when I become governor, I will create 100,000 jobs through agriculture, through industry, through our mining. I will structure a good investment plan for our mining so that our youth can have good jobs. Again, if you look at the mining as it is today, we have not been able to take advantage of the presidential artisanal miner initiative in Osun. So when I become governor, I will ensure that that is done so that it will be restructured. We're going to partner with internationally reputable mining corporations.
All right. Thank you. Honorable, how do we take out the cult groups?
Thank you very much. When you talk about cultism, you can only take out something you understand the working system, something that is not amorphous. So since I'm not a cultist, I don't know how cultists are defined. I don't know how they are defined. But what I will say, because you can't take out what you don't know, but what I know is that violence is prevalent in our society because of the fact that we now have that age group of people with low esteem, no hope for better life. They don't care about their living again. And it's born out of one, poor education, poor parental background, non-existence of economy, and the hope for future is dimmed. Once you are able to solve these problems, then definitely there's not going to be violence. I can only answer questions on violence. I can't answer questions on cultism because I don't know who a cultist is. So what I'm saying in a sense is that you must develop an environment with people with good education, very good esteem, low esteem everywhere. You see people sagging their side. And let me tell you one bitter experience that I had this afternoon. I went to Ede to go and do a campaign. Somebody just jumped in front of my car and he said I should give him money. He created a scene and he stopped me for 45 solid minutes. He wanted me to give him money. One area, but Ede, not quite 3 hours ago. So how do you say that?
All right.
What do you say about that?
Honorable, thank you so much. Senator, it's your turn. How do you take out cultism and these cult groups and the violence that they're perpetrating in Osun State? 1 minute.
Thank you very much. My brother here is talking about Ede. because I'm from Ede. It happens to me in Ilobu. It happens to me in Ilobu too. Hello? Hello? It happens to me in Ilobu. Everywhere you go, it's everywhere. Because there's no job, they are not educated. The government wanted to give a job. They ask people to come and pay for the form. How can you be asking people, the poor people already, that are looking for a job, to come and collect the form and they pay? You announce 30,000, jobs that you're going to create, that you're going to have. 1 year, later, only 1,000. Is that fair to the poor people? Why are we collecting money from them? Why can't we just give them form and say what we mean? Not that we will just talk for talking's sake. When I get here, whatever I say, the integrity, my integrity, stand. That's what I'm going to do. Education.
All right. The time is up, sir. Mr. Mingwadu, courts, the actions, the violence in Osun State, how do we take them out?
Yes, thank you. I'm also not a cultist, but I know how to take out cultism, because that's one of the reasons I want to be governor. I must have a way around things. And when I was mentioning the other organizations that I would involve the other time, because of time, I could not mention the OPC. The OPC too will be involved. But I believe that the idle hand is the devil's workshop. So when you have a lot of youth that are jobless, there is no way they will not constitute a menace for the society. So that's why, beyond the electricity that I said I'm going to put into Osun, that will make many more jobs to be more functional, beyond the job creation hub that I said is going to be in the similitude of the one in Silicon Valley, I also have certain things that I put the acronym of MAT on: mining, agric, tourism, technology. By the time you have all of this, there will be only one thing left for me to do. I see cultism like a puddle of water. Carrot and stick approach will handle it. Let there be an outlet for that water to go. That is the carrots. The ones that are clean will go. The ones that are the dredges will have to be flushed out eventually.
All right, thank you. On this issue of security, I'll still be staying on it. And I like to take an example, because Ondo State is a neighboring state, and there was an attack on the Catholic Church in Owo, in Ondo State. That attack, the federal government says it was backed by ISWAP, the terrorist organization. Now that is a neighboring state. That should send a signal to a state like Osun State. Now the thinking is that those who want to be governors of Osun State should start thinking of how they will not allow such a thing to happen on their own soil. Now, the governor of Zamfara State has said people of the state should defend themselves by obtaining weapons. I'd like to begin with you, Dr. Akinkunbi. Would you subscribe to such approach in fighting the terrorists or any form of attack or violence in Osun State? Subscribing to people of Osun State arming themselves with weapons. 1 minute.
It's unfortunate where we have found ourselves. And of course, it is not right for anyone to go against the Constitution to carry arms. But aside from not carrying arms, when I become governor, I will make surveillance more critical and more important. I will treat surveillance as a key to curbing the menace of kidnapping, banditry, and so on. But most importantly, we can work with police, empower them, give them capacity, and collaborate with them the more. And along with Amotekun, somebody mentioned OPC. Yes, OPC is there. And of course, local hunter. If you have the intelligence beforehand, you'll be able to deal with the issue of banditry. Intelligence is very critical, and the only set of people that can work on that is Amotekun with our KBACs. I emphasize, our KBACs will have a role to play in the issue of risk management.
All right, so I'd like to give you a follow-up on that. Would you be subscribing to arming? Asking, for example, you subscribe to Amotekun and OPC operating effectively, but would you be subscribing, giving them weapons to be able to do their jobs?
I will not give them weapons because it is against the Federal Republic of Nigeria Constitution. But if they can tinker with the Constitution, yes, that would be an ideal. But as long as they have not changed the Constitution, I will not do anything illegal against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. The APC candidate, Mr. Oyetola, would you subscribe to arming the people of Osun State to defend themselves by carrying weapons?
No, that will result to anarchy. I won't encourage that. I won't encourage that. But I'm of the opinion that it is not out of place for the Amategun people to be able to carry arms. I think, given the fact that they tend to look for opportunity of having kidnapping reduced in a state, it is important for them to carry arms. I mean, what is the essence of you following a kidnapper to the forest? At the end of the day, you can't arrest or you can't, apply weapon. So I think it's not out of place. Although legitimately, I mean, they won't carry out until they have been asked to do so by the law. But I think it is something that is desirable. If you don't have state police now, the Amategun should be encouraged to really carry arms.
Honorable Yusuf, your own solution.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I offer my condolences to those who lost their lives in the attack. Very unfortunate. But while I was answering one of the questions in the past, all of us are just diverting attention from the fundamental problem of security in Nigeria. And what it is about our constitution. Once police is on the exclusive list of the constitution, there is little we can do. It's only police that has power of arrest, and it's only police that can prosecute. What am I saying in effect? I said I would develop a community development association robustly to work with Amateku. The most potent part of security is intelligence gathering. You must have intelligence information about people who live in the environment. Nigeria has the most porous borders everywhere. People cross over into our country just anyhow. So we don't even know how many we are. So all these things are attached to security. We don't know how many we are. People just enter Nigeria in droves. So Community Development Association working closely with Amateku and developing a very sound, solid, intelligent gathering system.
So I'll do a follow-up on that. I'll do a follow-up on what you said. You're talking about the Constitution and fixing the Constitution. I think if you were elected a governor, how do you do that?
Yes, I will have to first of all speak with my colleagues. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, we must make a deliberate effort, because the major problem of Nigeria today is the Constitution. When you have a Constitution with about 38 items on the exclusive list, go and check other foreign countries, developed countries. They normally have 5 items at the federal level. 1, military, foreign affairs, currency matters, central bank, or what you call reserves, and issues of passports. Those are the things government at the center concern themselves with in the developed country. But when you have federal government of Nigeria talking about education, establishing university, let me say here, people don't even know that in America, election is never organized by federal establishment. It's organized by the state government. So the major problem of Nigeria as a country is the Constitution, based on the fact that 38 items or more are on the exclusive list. Even the concurrent list you are talking about, when state is even allowed to make laws, when your law is inconsistent with the federal, it goes to nullity. So it's about Constitution.
All right, thank you. Senator, is your turn. Would you be subscribing to the people of Osun State defending themselves by obtaining weapons?
Well, it's just a pity. They don't even have the money to buy the weapon anyway. They don't have the money. Well, I think when I was in the Senate, I developed what they call, like I said before, community policing. When I was growing up in Ede, you have what they call neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch, they know each other from door to door. If a stranger comes in, they will alert each other. So they work together. And we talk to our KBSC, our royal fathers. The way we used to do, I will bring it back. Let's have neighborhood watch. They call it in a form of community, policing, so that we can attack the security that is coming into our neighborhood. But I agree with my brother here, Lasso. It's a constitutional matter, and you don't want to go against the constitution. But maybe later, when the Senate or the House of Rep, when they amend the constitution for us to have a state, police, which I supported when I was in the Senate, and of course, I will agree with that.
All right, Architect Omi Bodun, it's your turn. 1 minute to do that.
Straight away, I'll tell you that I do not believe in citizens carrying arms. We are all quick to cite examples of certain wonderful things happening in other parts of the world, but when those things also go awry, we should remember that in Illinois recently, in Texas, in New Jersey, there were cases of shooting, and in many other states. So is that the kind of thing that we want to bring to Nigeria? I don't think that is it. Rather, I also agree with those that believe that there should be devolution of powers. I've always been a voice screaming for the devolution of powers, but who will hear the voice of one Goki Omigbodu, who is just in one corner in Oshobo? But if I become governor by God's grace, or do I say when I become governor by God's grace, 1 of 36, then when I say let there be devolution of powers, it will be Governor Goki Omigbodu has called for the devolution of powers. And then the people will be able to do what is necessary for us to have community policing so that everybody can feel safe without carrying arms.
All right. We might be entering into a fluid discussion on the issue of security before the top of the hour, but I like the opportunity for the candidates on the stage to be able to clarify a few issues in relation to security, especially as it concerns the election. There are fears about the possibility of violence, and there are already people talking about the violent-prone areas as we go into the election. But let me ask a specific question to the candidate of the PDP. I'm not sure, I don't know if you've seen videos that are surfaced online about some of your candidates in your party. One allegedly talking about using bomb to repel those carrying guns. Another one seen in a viral video talking about the opponents being stoned. As you stand on this stage today, this concerns the security of the people of Osun State. How would you address your supporters and the members of your party in relation to possibility of violence and a peaceful election in Osun State?
Thank you very much. Everybody know our family. Very peaceful family. We don't disturb anybody. We go our own way. We preach peace every day. Let me tell you a story. In 2018, when our mandate was stolen, when they called the inconclusive fame and they did the election, they carry cutlass. They were killing our people, throwing stone, shooting. Journalists was there too. You saw it. Fact check. They were doing all that. But people came elders to my house, said we want to go and attack back. I said no. We are very peaceful. We're going to retrieve our mandate through legal means, and that's what we did. We won at the tribunal before they start magic again. Magic of
Thank you so much, Senator.
I'm sorry, Osun. I'm sorry.
I don't know, Mr. Governor, if you...
Let me reply. I think you stayed dreaming up to now. You pursued your case to the Supreme Court and you lost. And that's the highest court of the land. So the idea of you talking about stolen mandate, I don't know where your mandate is stolen. The court has decided precisely who wins that election, and it is me. So please, don't say that. Again, I take exception to Agogubi's reference to the state as failed. The indices are clear. The the state is doing very well by any standard. So you say you want to create 100,000 jobs. It's theoretical. I've created several other jobs through industries, through mining, through agriculture. Several of them that you can't even quantify. So for you to say, I'll create 100,000 jobs, how do you do it?
Yeah.
So don't ever refer to this state as failed. If it is failed, you will not be contesting today. That's the truth.
All right. Go ahead, Dr. Ogumi, if you may.
Yes, I say it emphatically that the state has failed because there is nothing that you have done to diversify the economy of the state. There is no, the only job you created for the youth is surgery. You created OES for graduates like you, like myself, who graduated from school, and the only best job you can create for them is OES job. What is the state of the schools now? Where are the roads? Are you saying that one flyover in 12 years is sufficient for infrastructure development? Come on.
Sorry, please. So you want to respond to that?
Let me put the record straight.
Right.
I've constructed well over 500 kilometers of roads across the state. I've constructed well over 500 kilometers of roads across the state.
In my...
The facts are there for anybody to see. By the grace of God, I will construct the road from Osogbo to Ewo, and I will get to your village.
You get...
All right.
You are...
Gentlemen.
You say you have constructed 500 kilometers of road, and it is during the election that you remember to patch the road from Osogbo to Iwo. When you got to Ada, you stopped. Why have you not constructed it in the last 4 years? Why wait until election time to deceive people?
All right. Because we're focusing on security, and I'd like us to go on a break before we go. There is also a direct question. You'd like to respond, please?
Of course, yes. You are talking about political violence.
Absolutely.
And everybody is missing the target. Most politicians perpetrate violence before, during, and after election because their private life is not well defined. A human being must be defined by your public appearance and your private life. If you have a solid private life, what do I mean? Although they will call it a second address. If you know if you go to election and you fail, and you have a job to return to, you can cause violence. Look at me. Can I call for a violence in Osogbo, for example? When today I am probably, unquestionably, I'm the only highest stakeholder in Osogbo economy. So if your private life is solid and you're a politician, you won't cause violence. It's because people don't have private life. That's why they cause violence in politics. And let me tell you this. We are just beginning to rise up to what is called politics and democracy. Politics and seeking for public office is a job interview where you'll be able to come out, tell people who you are, what you are in your private life, and what you are going to do for them.
All right. We'll do for a break, gentlemen. We might be able to rest the issue of security for now and go into the economy, the debt profile of the state, and how those who are seeking the #1 office will handle that crucial matter. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us, everyone.